Hello there. So we are told in the beginning that God creates everything, Genesis 1 and 2. And in Genesis 3, there happens to be an animal, I'm talking here of an animal, that God created, a snake, that is talking snake. And that snake possesses knowledge that even Adam and Eve don't possess. The snake is aware of the fact that in the middle of the garden there is a certain tree that can give Adam and Eve knowledge, make them to become like God. A snake. So God makes animals, and among the animals, one animal miraculously happens to have knowledge that Adam, who is of a higher dimension than animals, doesn't have. You need to be suffering from serious brain issues to believe in those stories and take them literally. Now, any smart man will ask himself, now, if this talking snake has this kind of knowledge by some magic, why doesn't he go and eat from the tree of life itself? He was not guarded. Now, in that same garden, there's a tree of life that's apart from the tree of knowledge that is in the middle of the garden. There is the tree of life in that same garden. The tree of life that makes people live forever if they eat of that tree. If you read Genesis 3:22, God Himself says there, Himself, that if they eat of the tree of life, they'll live forever. So there is a tree of life there. Now, if this talking snake has this kind of knowledge, what the talking snake would do is simply to go and eat of the tree of knowledge and go and eat of the tree of life, so that he has both knowledge, becomes like God. He becomes like God, of course. And then he eats from the tree of life so that he lives forever, becomes eternal like God. Why doesn't that snake do that? Just easy reflections for yourself. Why doesn't that snake not do that? Rather, the snake liberates humanity. He tells Adam and Eve, eat of this thing and become like God. God is lying to you. And of course, they ate of it and they became like God, because God Himself confesses in Genesis 3:22 that man has now become like one of us. So the snake liberated Adam and Eve. He made them become like God. And after that, God prevents them from eating from the tree of life, wherein they could live forever if they so did. So how comes an animal, a mere animal, could get knowledge that only God possessed? Is that possible? An animal. Snakes will see around. The answer is no, without a doubt. So what actually happened there? The deep things of the world are hidden in plain sight. Now you need to be very, 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 very hungry for knowledge to get the deep things revealed to you. What is happening in Genesis 3 is the battle of the gods. Only the deity of the statue of God could possess that kind of information. Only a deity of the level and dimension of God could possess that kind of information. It's the battle of the deities that's occurring in Genesis 3. The battle of the extraterrestrial beings over Project Earth. That's what's happening there. All civilizations talk of a time when extraterrestrial beings were in control of planet Earth. All ancient civilizations. The Zulu have that. The Yorubas, the Igbos, they have that. Osanabua. The Indians have that. The Kemet has that. The Sky Armies, as I refer to them. The Akkadians have that. The Sumerians have that. Sumerians call them the Anunnaki. What is happening in Genesis 3 is just the same thing. The battle of the gods, the battle of the people who came from above over planet Earth. That's what's happening there. And only a deity of the status of the other deity could possess that kind of knowledge that God possessed, which He used to liberate Adam and Eve from the griefs of the person there referred to as God. Open your minds. Open your minds.